What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here for the NFC Championship keys to the game preview for the Atlanta Falcons versus the Green Bay Packers. This is the last game ever played in the Georgia Dome. Atlanta fans, good luck. Green Bay fans, good luck. You've made it to the NFC Championship. You've made it this far. Hopefully you make it to the Super Bowl. I'm going to break down the game and the keys to the game. What needs to happen for both teams in order to be victorious, to win the conference and move on to Super Bowl number 51. So let's start off with each running game. I think both running games will be a key factor in this game. Which quarterback can rely on their running game to be successful? Whether that's Atlanta's run game with Devonta Freeman and Tavon Coleman. Both of these guys are not only great in the run game, but in the passing game, they can split them out wide and catch balls out of the backfield. As a receiver, in the screen game, in the run game, they love to run those stretch runs outside. They're very successful with that. And I think they will be successful somewhat with that against the Packers as well. They do have more of the balanced offense. And I think if they stay balanced throughout the game, they can dictate the game, much unlike the Dallas Cowboys did from the very jump. If the Falcons can control it with their run game and with their pass game on offense, then the Packers will be in trouble. For the Packers, they have Ty Montgomery. Ty Montgomery hasn't really ran a lot, but if he's successful with the opportunities that he's given, especially near the goal line to get in the end zone, getting touchdowns in the red zone will be very key to this game. If Montgomery can do that and can get some key big chunk plays in the run game and in the pass game from that running back position, that will be one of the biggest dictators of this football game. So look for the running backs to be a big decider on who wins this football game. And then we go to Julio Jones. Just who is going to cover Julio Jones? Who's going to cover this monster? Arguably the best receiver in the NFL. I know he is a little bit banged up with that toe injury, but we saw last week Dez Bryant had a field day against basically anybody, especially Gunter, when he covered him. Dez was a beast everywhere, especially near the goal line, making big plays on third down. Julio, I don't think you can, really do the same thing that you did against Dez. I think you need to double this guy. I think you need to pay big time attention to this guy. You can't let Julio beat you down the field. You can't let Julio get 200, 300 receiving yards because he's going to do that if he's one-on-one. And Matt Ryan, not like Dak Prescott, is just going to look at Julio every time. If Gunter is on him at the line of scrimmage, bam, Matt Ryan's going to send Julio deep. He's going to hit him deep, and he's going to hit him for a touchdown. So you definitely don't want Julio going off against you. But if Julio does have a successful game, which he probably should at least have a pretty successful game in this one, I think, it's going to be a big decider. If the Packers keep him under 100, definitely look like the Packers are going to win this game. If Atlanta has them over maybe 120, then it looks like their chances go up a lot. So Julio Jones, can he be that big-time receiver not only on third downs and big situations, but also, again, in the red zone? The pass rush for both teams will be key. Whenever you have two offenses that are really based off of passing the football, Kyle Shanahan has a great offense in Atlanta that is great passing and running the ball, but they make their dough passing the football. And guys like Julius Peppers, Nick Perry, Clay Matthews will have to get after the quarterback of Matt Ryan on the Atlanta Falcons. The pass rush will be key for the Packers. They haven't really stepped up that much lately, but if they can make one or two key plays in this game, maybe a strip sack for a touchdown for the defense would be absolutely huge, but a turnover, a big third down sack, a big third down hurry even. I mean, the pass rushes are going to be really relevant in this game because of how much passing is going to be in this football game. For the Falcons, you look at Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley has been a beast, the most sacks in the regular season. Had a pretty decent game against the Seattle Seahawks as well. Other guys around him, maybe a Dwight Freeney on a third down or two. Guys like that are going to have to come through and get after Aaron Rodgers. That is not an easy task whatsoever. Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his freaking mind right now. But if they get, one or two big plays, like the Packers maybe, on defense, it might not necessarily be a 3 and out or a lot of yards given up maybe, but they need to keep them out of the end zone. They need to force maybe 1 or 2 turnovers, and the defense that does that is going to be able to give their offense the advantage and ultimately win the football game, because it's going to come down to not only who plays better offense, but what defense is more opportunistic, what defense can get that turnover, can make that key stop, and can get that pass rush at the key opportune time. So pass rush is going to be a big deal. Then we move on to the home field. I really think this is going to be a determining factor in this football game. The Georgia Dome, for the very last time, is going to be a huge, huge, huge deal, I think. The Atlanta Falcons fans, I see you all on YouTube. I appreciate you all. Hashtag rise up. I mean, you guys are awesome. You definitely supporting your team. I love it. I love the amount of Atlanta fans that are coming out right now. It's awesome. I wish you guys good luck. But if you're at that game, man, that game's going to be nuts. Aaron Rodgers will not only have to deal with Vic Beasley in his face, but the home field crowd that will be absolutely bonkers, bananas, whatever way you want to describe it. The home field is going to be a big deal, I think. Also because Matt Ryan and that offense are very, very fast. That defense is very, very fast. And I think that's going to be key to this game. Speed. I know that a lot of people don't really bring this up, but speed in a dome is a big deal. The Packers are a decently fast team, but Atlanta is a very fast team. Then we move on to the big plays and the turnovers. I mentioned turnovers for defense, but offensively, who can keep the ball, who cannot mess up, who cannot make that critical error, and then offensively and defensively, who can make the big plays, maybe an interception, a sack on defense, or on offense, making a big bomb down the field. Maybe Aaron Rodgers scrambles out of the pocket and hits 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards. Maybe Matt Ryan hits Julio Jones for a 60-yard bomb. Maybe Matt Ryan hands it off to Devontae Freeman for a 40-yard carry. Big plays on offense will win this game as well. This is going to be an offensive football game between two awesome and hot offenses. Aaron Rodgers coming in playing the best football he's ever played, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, versus the MVP probably of the league, Matt Ryan. And that offense, who is the 8th best scoring offense in NFL history. This is going to be in a very exciting game. I expect it to be a pretty high-scoring affair. I'm going to go with Atlanta because there's 3 key factors for me. Atlanta is healthier at this point. I think the Packers' injuries will catch up to them in this game. I really like the emotional factor that Atlanta will have at home in the Georgia Dome for the very last time, and I really like them at home. I think that's a big home field advantage. And the third thing, I just think Atlanta is a little bit more well-rounded. I think their offense is a little bit more well-rounded. They can run the football and pass the football. I saw what Dallas did to the Green Bay defense, and I just think the Green Bay defense will have no chance to stop them in this one. I'm going Atlanta here. I think that maybe their pass rushers they're very fast, and they'll be able to keep up with Rodgers in moving around that pocket a little bit better than maybe Dallas or somebody of that nature. So I'm going to go with Atlanta in this game. I think it will be a very, very exciting and great football game. I could see it going either way, but at the end of the day, I have to pick Atlanta. And these are my keys of the game: the running game, Julio Jones, the pass rush, the home field advantage, and the big plays for the offense and the defense. Let me know what your key to the game is and who you're predicting to win. It's Mitch of the Bottom Line View. Enjoy the NFC Championship between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. Subscribe for more NFL content, NFL previews, recaps, keys to the game, topic videos, all that stuff covered on the Bottom Line View. It's Mitch. Once again, peace out.